Hola, my sweet tribe, Amanda Weber, recovering people pleaser and happiness coach, coming to you from the beautiful jungles of sunny and rainy Costa Rica. I'm here with my family right now for about 6 months to a year, and doing all sorts of exciting things that are really informing my coaching work, helping busy people pleasers to replace that sense of busy with a feeling of full, which really is, it's really about seeing life and its experiences in new and more nourishing ways, and ways that allow you to have a life that you love while you're loving and caring for people around you. And so initially when I came down here, I was hoping to jump on, YouTube, Facebook video and talk, daily or weekly a little bit about what was happening. And I found it to be really challenging. I thought maybe the internet would be a problem. The internet is great, but it's amazing how the people pleaser side of me gets very committed to helping other people and not always making time for myself. And so I have arrived here today. But what I have been doing behind the scenes, and what I'd really love to share with you, is I've been writing in my journal, and I've been calling it Jungle Journals. And I've been noticing that that the environment around me has been offering me quite beautiful analogies for my life, and is reminding me of some of my greatest teaching moments. And so with my local Costa Rican blend of coffee, which if you know me, you know I love coffee, in a mug that I got recently here. It's made out of clay, and it was made by a local Costa Rican artisan. And so I'm having my coffee, and I thought that I would read to you from my journal one of the excerpts, and if people enjoy this, then maybe I'll come back and we'll do this format again. The coffee here is amazing. Some of the best coffee I've ever tasted anywhere in the world. So let me set the stage for you. A couple of weeks ago, I woke in the morning, and the weather was really stormy. As I mentioned, it's rainy season here in Costa Rica. And, well, you know what? I think what I'll do is I'll just jump in and I'll just actually read. So I'm going to be reading to you. So no teleprompters, no pretending like I'm not reading. I'm actually going to be reading to you from my journal entry. And let's see how this works out for everybody. So this journal, Jungle Journal, is called We Always Have a Choice. And this is how I share the power of choice and how it's always available to us. And yet how easy it is, even for people like me who teach this concept that we always have a choice, even when we feel like maybe we don't, that it's so easy to be triggered by old thought patterns and limiting beliefs in our day-to-day lives. So as I said, let me set the stage for you. I hope you're comfy and cozy, and for the next minute or two, I'll share with you what I wrote. I woke early this morning, sights and sounds of my jungle home, the bedroom lighting up in quick flashes followed by unrhythmic crashes of thunder, and then the onset of crushing water on the roof. Rainy season in Costa Rica. One thing I rarely, if ever, have experienced in Canada is massive thunderbolts that actually rattle the house. This is what I experienced this morning, and even in a state of slumber, the analogy isn't lost. Amidst the external turbulence of life, we always have a choice. To be drawn in by, submerged in the drama around us, feeding its energy, and even becoming it, or to simply observe without judgment and see what there is to see. The power of seeing versus being. I begin to reminisce on the life-changing times when this level of awareness was simply not available to me. One of the more painful recollections, and yet one of my greatest teaching moments, happened some 6 years ago with my son. The pain was so intense for me, and I'm sure for him too, that it doesn't take me much effort as I lay in my bed to step back into that moment, except that now I have the awareness of my breath. It guides me through the visual recollections without the suffocating feeling in my chest. If you see me as him every time I mess up, even though I'm a completely different person, I feel like him. Why can't you just see me for who I am? I can't get out from under this. He screamed this at me as he got out of the car, slammed the door, and raged up the driveway of the house he rented with his friends. "Nice job, Mama," I recall mumbling to myself. The full impact of the words took some time to really sink in, but the nausea in my stomach was immediate. I'd done it again. I'd pushed a struggling young man further into darkness by comparing him to my own baggage. There was no malice. It was simply an automatic response to my own unhealed wounds. I didn't realize I had a choice to observe without judgment and see what there was to see. A teen struggling to find himself, to find his confidence, his self-respect, and in the shadow of a family whose deep struggles had impacted each in our little family. And here I was making matters worse. As he turned to me for support, I basically told him he was just like the others. My fear, and what I later saw, was his fear too. I could have, like so many of us do, continued on tightly connected to the story and the drama. I could have taken his words personally, been a victim, been angry and hurt. I'd done it many times before, but self-awareness was becoming a big part of my life. Choice was a reality, and as I let my son's words soak in, I could see with a soft heart for myself what I had done. The fear of seeing my children grow up and suffer, as I'd seen my ex-husband suffer, gave me only one story to write that cold night when my son called me drunk after being kicked out of a party for fighting. He's turning into an alcoholic, I told myself. It's that constricted moment. In that moment, I left no space, no awareness for the possibility that he may have just been a young man with hormones, confusion, frustrated, one beer too many, looking for a fight to release some fairly normal, pent-up teenage energy. The gift my son gave me that night by telling me how he felt, by bringing awareness to what I was doing and how that was landing on him, is something that I come back to time and time again. It's one of my greatest reminders that we always have a choice. We can always connect to the drama and become the story that swirls around us, or we can realize that we have a choice. We can choose to see what there is to see, without judgment, and perhaps love a little deeper all the characters in our story, including ourselves. As the storm crushes through my jungle home this morning, I connect to my breath, and with slow, deep inhales and long, relaxing exhales, I observe Mother Nature in all her loud, pounding glory. I am not in the storm. I observe the storm from a place of calm gratitude and nourishing love. And I want to just finish by sharing with you, if I can show it here. This is a picture of me and my son Cam, who I love so deeply and who I miss so much right now. But in 27 more sleeps, he and his charismatic and so humorous brother are coming to visit us in Costa Rica. So I'm excited about that. And if we were having coffee together today for real, I would tell you that I'm really overjoyed that that's happening. And then I would take a moment after sharing that story with you. And as I take some deep breaths, I would ask you, what's happening in your life right now? What things are going on around you, outside of you, that might be triggering things for you? If you could step back and take a breath and see what there is to see, how might life be happening for you versus to you? And where might there be an opportunity to be kinder to yourself and to give yourself more love as you try to do the same for others? And how might that make a change in your day or in the situation? I hope that if you have a comment or a situation that you'd like to chat about, that you'll reach out to me. I thank you for joining me here to have coffee while I share my journal with you. And maybe I'll pop back again next week and share another jungle journal with you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.